Holy Sepulchre? His tomb, right? Not only the tomb, but also Golgotha or Calvary. Now, I want to highlight something which is very important and emphasize. This is a tradition, okay? Nobody knows for sure where Jesus was crucified. The tradition began with Queen Helena. You remember Queen Helena, the mother of Constantine? After the conversion of her son, the Emperor Constantine, in the early 4th century AD, she was sent over to the Holy Land to identify the holy sites in Jerusalem and around the country. Now again, it was for her it was quite a task, because it was just like trying to find something that happened in France of the French Revolution 300 years ago, right? And so, according to the story, when she came to this area here, which was outside the city wall back then, she came into a cave, and she saw inside the cave, she saw a pile of crosses, one on top of the other, and she believed that one of those crosses is the authentic cross, the real cross. That's the legend, okay? And so how would she know which one of the crosses is the authentic one? Well, she saw a leper, and she ordered him to touch each and every one of those crosses. And hold and behold, as soon as he touched the right cross, he got cured, okay? This was really the basis to the big church that was built here in the Byzantine period. That church was later destroyed and rebuilt again during the Crusader era. In fact, most of the buildings that you see today, including those capitals here and the decorations, they're mostly from the period of the Crusaders. As you can see, the building has seen a lot and has experienced a lot. Earthquakes, fires, disasters, war. And nowadays, there are 6 different Christian denominations that are holding spaces inside this church. Those are all basically connected to the Eastern churches. So don't try to find the apse that belongs to the Baptist church or the evangelical churches. You won't find it there. Those are basically the Greek Orthodox, the Armenian church, the Coptic church, the Church of Egypt, the Ethiopian church over there, the Assyrian church, etc. Okay? And each and every one of those denominations is holding his own territory zealously. When I'm saying zealously, I mean zealously. Only a few months ago, I don't know if you saw it on CNN, but there was a fist fight between Armenian monks and Greek Orthodox monks. Did you see that, Rob?
Yes, I did.
They were just punching each other. What? The one? They were both arrested, so, yeah.
What?
Yeah. And so this is really to show you what happens. Ma? אין לנו לאן ללכת, נכון? מה שאנחנו יכולים לעשות זה טיפה להתקדם לפה, זה הכל. The reason why I'm bringing this up is that to me, the Church of the Holy Sepulchre is really an example of what happens when you replace faith with religiousness, religion. You're not going to find a lot of faith in there, but you're going to see a lot of religion, a lot of religiousness, all those chandeliers and people kissing stones and pictures, and in that sense there's no big difference between this and any other, pagan temple around the world. A lot of incense and, and I think that it's really important to come here and to see this church, especially due to the fact that you are going to visit another place called the Garden Tomb. And I personally, a lot of times people ask me as to my opinion, what do I think? Was this really the location? Was Jesus crucified here and buried? And the answer is I don't know. I really don't know, But I think what is more important is the feeling, right? What these sites remember and what they commemorate and what they symbolize. And to me at least, going to this church here, this symbolizes the death of Jesus. It's a very dim church. You're going to see it's very dark. You don't really come out with a very good feeling. But when you go to the other place, the garden tomb, this is really a place that celebrates the resurrection of Christ. And so if this would symbolize the death of Christ, the garden tomb, I think, really celebrates the resurrection. And of course, we need to remember that Jesus is not buried anywhere, right? He is resurrected, and he triumphs over the devil. And so he's sitting right in the right seat of the Father. And we ought to remember that. I'm going to give you a little time to go